Howdy, y'all. I wanted to add a couple of things to my day 22 recap. One was when I was trying to hitch and had been there for a while and was ready to go either place, Saguache or Gunnison. I heard someone coming up the dirt road that I had come up to the road on with a very aggressive trekking pole style tap, 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 tap coming up. And so when I looked over and she came into sight, it was a woman, and she had some sort of contraption on her back. I couldn't quite make it out, but what it looked like was like she had a dog crate strapped to her back, which I've heard of taking your dog on trail, but this would be a new angle. So she got onto the road and tap, 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 tap her way up to me. We kind of talked a little, and turned out she was trying to head back to Marshall Pass, which is the way she had come from. Probably just doing a section hike, maybe had her car back there. And that she was trying to hitch kind of either way, but would prefer to go east to Saguache. And then she said something like, well, they probably won't have room for two of us. And so she kind of proceeded to tap, tap, tap her way up the road to a pullout that was actually kind of better for trying to get a hitch to Saguache or that direction, because that's not ultimately where she wanted to go. But it turns out that the contraption on her back was a laundry basket with most of the sides cut out. So it kind of formed like maybe I don't know, like a table or something it could be used for. And there was, she had some sort of plastic bag on it somehow. I don't really know. I never figured out what it was. But she went up to that spot. She kind of took all of her stuff apart, took her backpack off, kind of sat down in the road. And I thought this, like not in the road, but like right on the shoulder, but very close to the road. And I thought, well, this is an interesting technique. But I guess she was fiddling with something, and then she just like kind of got back up, got her stuff together, and then tapped around the bend. So I don't, when I got picked up, we didn't pass her, so I guess she got a ride. But yeah, I really wish I had asked her what the laundry basket thing was for. It was very odd. And the other thing I was just going to mention is Saguache does not have canister fuel anywhere in town, and I'm getting pretty low. But I had picked up an extra canister, a used canister, I guess, from the hiker box at Monarch Pass. And I had thought my stuff would have run out, my fuel would have run out of my canister and would have used this one by now, but still have some in my canister. But I didn't realize when I picked it up, though, is that this canister has a little bulge in the bottom of the canister. Now the canisters sort of have a concave bottom, and so I was a little worried about that because there's different ways that can happen. Is like if someone is refilling a canister. I did a bunch of research on this, or if they are trying to use a windscreen, and if they don't have a good windscreen, it can actually cause the canister to heat up and the pressure to build up, and it can actually end up exploding, probably rather spectacularly. But the canister is designed with that concave part so that if pressure does raise in the canister, it bumps out. And so I don't know if this was originally a manufacturing defect, or if someone was trying to use a windscreen or refilling it or what. But after researching it a little bit, if it's not leaking, then the canister is pretty much safe to use. It should be. And if the valve, where you screw in the stove on the top, if it screws in tight and everything like that, it should be good. So I went ahead and tested it yesterday, and it worked fine. And if anything, by using it, you're reducing the pressure. And I don't use any sort of windscreen or anything like that. So I think it's going to be fine. So I should have enough fuel, probably more than enough, based on how much it feels like is in that canister, to get me to Lake City. So just a little note about that, and some interesting information about fuel canisters. But Anyway, that's all I wanted to add. Thanks. Bye.